What's up everybody? Welcome to the Stocks channel. My name is Cory and tonight's episode is going to be your daily stock market technical analysis update. We saw the stock market cooling off a little bit today, which is completely expected after that monster run up that we had. Is the stock market ready now to continue to head higher? First up, let's check in on the S&P 500 SPY ETF. So let's crack open this chart and see what's going on in the stock market today. Alright, so on the SPY ETF, we did cool off a little bit today, going down negative 0.35%. But that is still a price action close over that 5 EMA, and we still have this very strong bull trend that just continues to head higher. As you can see, we did find support at the 5 EMA, and we did bounce off of that level and close higher. There's still support at the 5 EMA, this 381 level, which is the previous all-time high. And of course, we do have support at the gap close at 379. The strongest support by far is always going to be the 20 simple moving average in any bull market, which is all the way down here at 376. However, it is heading higher day by day, and it is getting close to starting to cross the 377 level. So as far as price targets go, we do look like we're finding a little bit of resistance around 384, which is the 0.786 Fibonacci extension level. But my price target on SPY that I do think we will reach in the near future is still up here at 393. Remember, as long as the price action and the trend are bullish, I expect to see SPY continue to head higher towards 393. So 393 is the price target, and while there will be volatility on the way to that price target, with a bullish trend, we're expecting to see the price grind up towards that level. So as you can tell from this chart, there is no reason to be bearish because the price action and the trend are still extremely bullish. So we're not trying to call a top, and we still have price targets up above that have not been met yet. Next up is the Nasdaq 100 QQQs ETF, and we saw the Nasdaq 100 going down negative 0.29% today, which is completely expected because we had the last 2 days closing outside the upper Bollinger Band, and we need to retrace and get back inside those Bollinger Bands. You can see these Bollinger Bands are starting to expand, which is giving this market more room to run, and the price action will be trading within the Bollinger Bands the more they expand. We're still trading well over the 5 EMA, and you can see the bullish trend is actually picking up momentum because the 5 EMA is creating separation from the 13 EMA. So this is still a very strong bull market, and this market does want to continue to head higher, as we can tell from the price action and the trend. So the price target on the Nasdaq 100 QQQs ETF is still up here at $333, but we could find resistance on the way there right around $330. Don't forget, as far as support levels go, if we start to see some selling, there will be support at 319 and the gap close at 317. And of course, the strongest support level is still the 20 simple moving average right around 314. Even if we close below the 20 simple moving average for just a day or two, we still have strong support at QQQ's level of 313. So there is still a ton of support below the price action that we can get to and still have a very strong bullish trend because we're still forming higher highs and higher lows on this market. Next up is the Dow Jones DIA ETF, and ever since the Dow Jones touched my price target at 312, we're seeing some cooling off, and we did see the price action close below the 5 EMA today. However, we still have a bullish trend, and I'm still expecting to see the Dow Jones come back up to this price target and possibly even break and close above it. The strongest support level on the DIA ETF is going to be the 20 simple moving average at $307. Next up is the ARKK ETF, and we see the ARKK ETF closing back over the 5 EMA for yet another day, and we still have this really strong bull trend. The price targets on ARKK are 149, and it does look like we're heading back up towards that level. The strongest support level on the ARKK ETF is going to be down here around $135. Next up is the VIX, which is the fear indicator, and we saw the VIX going up 2.77% today, which is completely normal considering the SPY did see some selling today. You can see from the VIX that we still have a bearish trend, and the price action does look like it's still closing below the 5 EMA and heading down towards support at 20. Remember, a low VIX means a low fear environment, which means the market is likely to continue to head higher to new all-time highs. So I don't see anything on the VIX just yet that's giving us any warning signs of selling or a correction in the near future. Right now, the VIX is telling us low fear and to expect higher stock market prices. Next up is the US dollar, and we saw the dollar getting a little bit of a bounce today, but really going nowhere and still finding resistance at those moving averages above at the 5 and the 13. We did close above the 20 simple moving average, but as you can tell, we're still in this very strong bear trend with a negative sloping 50 EMA and the price action below the 50 EMA. So I still fully expect to see the dollar continue to weaken and head down towards support at $89. A weak dollar means a strong stock market. Next up is gold, and we saw gold cooling off today, going down negative 0.76%, and it did close below our support level at 1861. Gold is not in a great position to head higher until we get a close and bounce off of the support level at 1861, and with today's close, it does mean that gold could be heading back down to 1826. So right now we need to wait to see if gold is going to bounce off of these support levels or if it's starting to break down and it wants to head lower. Next up is silver, and we see silver looking a little better than gold because it is holding up above support at that $25 level. Silver did close below the 5 EMA, but we're still holding up above support at the $25 level. So silver looks like it could be wanting to head higher soon. However, we need to be patient and we need to wait for that confirmation bounce off of support, and the price target is still up here at $26.56. If we can break and close over $26.56, it means silver is likely heading to the next price target at $28. Next up is Bitcoin, and we did see Bitcoin finding support at the 50 EMA, which is right around $29,000, and it does look like Bitcoin is bouncing off of that level. However, we are getting some bearish trending building up, and we're not out of the water just yet on Bitcoin because we're still finding resistance at the 5 EMA and the price action is trading below the 5 EMA. So it's still fully possible that Bitcoin could be heading lower to the $28,000 level and maybe even heading even lower than that, going back down to $20,000. So remember, on Bitcoin, when it goes through a correction, it could easily drop 30 to 50% at the drop of a hat. So just be patient on Bitcoin and let's wait for that confirmation bounce and that close over resistance levels to know that we're heading higher. If you're going into Bitcoin for the long haul, you want to be accumulating on the way down because we don't know exactly how far Bitcoin's going to drop. So don't wait too long. If you want into Bitcoin, you want to buy in on the dip, and this is definitely a dip that you want to start scaling into a position if you're still waiting on the sidelines. Next up is Amazon stock, and we still see Amazon struggling at that resistance level of 33.23, and it can't break and close above that level. So Amazon is still stuck in a consolidation until we get a price action close over that resistance level. So right now Amazon is still in consolidation, and it could very easily head back down to support right around $3,200 before it starts bouncing and heading higher. We do have a catalyst in earnings coming up very soon with Amazon, but we don't want to make any assumptions. We want to wait and watch the price action in the trend and get that confirmation that Amazon is ready to run. Next up is Apple stock, and we saw Apple go in beast mode today, going up 1.6% and closing over the price target at $136. You know what that means. When we close over resistance, that means we're likely heading to the next price target, and the next price target on Apple is up here around $141. So it's still fully possible that Apple can come back down towards this resistance breakout and test it as support at $136 before bouncing and heading higher towards $141. Don't forget, there's a lot of earnings run up in Apple because we do have earnings coming into Apple next week, and it could be a buy the rumor and sell the news event. So if you're not already in Apple, you really shouldn't be chasing it, because if earnings doesn't go well, you're going to get caught buying in at the top during the correction. So be patient on Apple and wait for that confirmation of support and get that bounce on the way to 141. Remember, earnings is a 50-50 coin flip. If Apple is running up into earnings, it's pricing in an absolute perfect earnings report. And if there's anything in that earnings that's not great, Apple will see selling. So don't act surprised if you're buying Apple going into earnings and then it sells off afterward. On the financial sector, we're finding support right on top of the 20 simple moving average, and we still have the benefit of a bullish trend. On the industrial sector, we're closing below the 20 simple moving average, and we're starting to see some short-term bearish trending picking up with the 5 EMA crossing below the 13 EMA. On the healthcare sector, we closed just barely below the 5 EMA, but we still have a very strong bullish trend. So going back to the S&P 500, you can see that we're starting to see some selling across the board, but it's really not that surprising considering we had that monster run up and everything is really just starting to cool off. There's still plenty of support below the price action in this market, and it would be absolutely completely normal and healthy if the market did sell off a little bit before we continue to head higher. However, this market is extremely bullish, and there's still a ton of bears trying to short this market, and they are getting short squeezed. So this market can continue to stay irrational, and it can continue to just melt up, and maybe even possibly we're going to see a blow off top scenario. Don't rule anything out, and remember that the trend is your friend, and right now the trend is still extremely bullish. The price action and the trend are still telling us that the S&P 500 wants to continue to head higher. So watch that price target on SPY at 393, and if we start to see a breakdown in this trend, I will be the first to let you know right here on the Stocks channel. Remember, if you're looking for a profitable and disciplined trading community, come check us out at the Stocks channel Discord. You can find out how to join by clicking on the link in the description of this video. So next up, let's go ahead and take a look at the Stocks channel Hot Stocks. Alright, so I heard you all loud and clear, and I got your message that you want me to continue to cover Tesla, NIO, and Palantir, so we will continue to have them right here on Hot Stock. So first up on Tesla stock, we did see the price action going up 0.2%, and that is another daily price action close over that 5 EMA. And it does look like Tesla is starting to build up energy, and it's about to make a big move in either the up direction or the down direction. So in order to look at this, we need to switch over to a 1 hour chart. And it does look like Tesla is starting to break out of a consolidation to the upside. So we have more price action over the top of this wedge, and we have no price action below the wedge. But this still could be a false breakout, so we don't want to make any assumptions. But right now we can see Tesla building up some momentum, and it's really just going sideways to try to make the retail investors bored so they'll sell their positions before it makes a huge move. Remember, a huge move means either up or down. It's a consolidation, and we don't want to guess. So I still do have price targets on Tesla much higher up here at $906, and it does look like with this very strong bull trend that we're likely going higher on Tesla stock. So I'm giving this a bullish bias as long as the trend is bullish and the price action continues to close over the 5 EMA. Now, as far as support levels go on Tesla, watch that 20 simple moving average, which is now down around $777. Tesla is coming into earnings, and it will have a lot of hype associated with that. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some Tesla run up until earnings. However, earnings is a coin flip, just like I said it is on Apple. And even if earnings goes extremely well, we could see a lot of selling in this stock because it is absolutely priced for perfection. Next up is NIO stock, and we did see NIO stock finding support at that second gap down around $55, and we did hold up above the 13 EMA, which was also acting as support. NIO stock looks like it's ready to head back up towards this $65 resistance level, and it could also break that level and head back to 67. If NIO stock does break and close over 65, it could be heading back up towards this $70 price target that we have not yet met. NIO stock's chart still looks very bullish with the price action over the 5 EMA and a very strong bull trend. So I'm going to go ahead and give NIO the benefit of the doubt and that it's likely going to head towards that $70 price target. Next up is Palantir stock, and we finally got our answer on Palantir stock, and it is absolutely looking very bullish as of today because we did get a bullish breakout. Now there's one thing left that we have to have on Palantir, and it is a test of the breakout as support. However, if you're looking at this chart, you can see that Palantir absolutely blasted right through 3 resistance levels. So I don't think it's going to have any trouble testing one of them as support and continuing to head higher. So Palantir is looking extremely bullish as of today, and we did get a brand new all-time high close. So if you were watching Palantir during this consolidation, it was looking like it was going to break to the upside or the downside with a huge move because this was a very long sideways correction, and it's really just like a spring coiling up, building up energy, getting ready to explode in either direction. So Palantir is definitely looking bullish. And we will be trading Palantir on the Stocks Channel Discord because this stock looks like it's going to have plenty of great trading opportunities in the very near future. So congratulations to all of you Palantir bulls. This is well deserved, and you had a long time waiting for this big move and you got it today, so congratulations. Next up is Zoom stock, and we see Zoom stock going up only 0.15% today, but it is still holding up in a bullish trend, and the price action continues to close over top of that 5 EMA as well as the 20 simple moving average. So it does look like Zoom stock is still extremely bullish, and I'm still very bullish on this stock, and I think it's heading much higher. So on Zoom, the price target is still up here at $418, and there is going to be a strong support level right here around 383. I'm fully expecting to see Zoom continue to run, and it's really just cooling off after this nice impulsive move that we got off of the lows. So I'm very bullish on Zoom stock. You can see it is building up some bullish trending, and the price action is still looking very bullish, closing over the 20 simple moving average and the 5 EMA. Next up is our brand new hot stock, which is CRM, also known as Salesforce.com, and we see Salesforce going up 1.62% today and finding resistance right at that 50 EMA, which is right around $228. My price targets on CRM are at $232 and $238. However, I wouldn't be surprised to see us struggle to break through this 50 EMA before we can get there. So there is looking like we're building up some bullish momentum, and this is a brand new hot stock, and we are giving it to you at the ground level. So it is likely going to take some time to start running, just like there was with Alibaba. And if you've seen Alibaba lately, you can tell that it was a runner. It just takes some time for these things to build up some energy before they can get that momentum. So right now I'm still very bullish on CRM, and I see this as a buy the dip stock because any dips in this stock are likely going to get eaten up by the bulls as we continue to head higher towards the $238 price target. So remember, there's a lot more hot stocks on the Stocks Channel Discord where I'm bringing them to you daily. So if you haven't already, come check us out, and you can find out how to join the Discord server by clicking on the link in the description of this video. So happy Friday, everybody. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I hope you're crushing this market and making a ton of profits. And as always, I will see you in the next episode.